Hello students, how are you all? In the previous session, we discussed what is an acid and how many types of acids are there. Now, today in this session, we are discussing the general methods for preparation of acids and the properties of acids, physical and chemical properties, and what are the common acids we will use. Now, first topic, general methods for the preparation of acids. There are 4 methods are there in that first method by direct synthesis. Direct synthesis means directly preparation. Here, this preparation is used for only binary acids. What is the binary acid? Acids which contain only 2 elements. Only 2 elements, the acid which is contained, that is called binary acid. Then in this method, by direct synthesis method, binary acids can be prepared. In this method, hydrogen plus chlorine under the sunlight, it gives HCl. And hydrogen plus bromine. Hydrogen along with non-metal, we will get an acid, that is electric discharge. Here, the preparation method is different, but the elements we have taken only 2. Under the sunlight, HCl, and along with the electric discharge, hydrobromic acid, and electric discharge again by electricity, hydroiodic acid. So like this, we can prepare different acids. Hydrogen plus sulfur, by boiling, we'll get hydrogen sulfide. These are the different acids can be prepared by direct synthesis. These acids are binary acids. Then the first method is used for the binary acids. The second method is by dissolving non-metallic oxides. Non-metallic oxides in water. Remember, non-metallic oxides already acidic nature. Then from the non-metallic oxide, by dissolving in water, we can prepare acids. This is the second method. Then here examples, carbon dioxide with water will get carbonic acid. Sulfur dioxide with water, sulfurous acid. Then sulfur trioxide and water, sulfuric acid. Then potassium permanganate and water will get phosphoric acid. And nitrogen dioxide with water, nitrous oxide and nitric acid. These are the different acids can be prepared by non-metallic oxide. Why non-metallic oxide? Remember, non-metallic oxides are acidic nature. Then when they dissolve in water, we will get proper acid. Again, method number 3, by displacement. What is the displacement? In this displacement method, we will take salt of more volatile acid, more volatile acids salt, and less volatile acid will be taken. From the more volatile acid combined with less volatile acid, we will get more volatile acid. More volatile acids means nitric acid and hydrochloric acid. Nitric acid and hydrochloric acids are more volatile acids. This method is used for making nitric acid and hydrochloric acid. For this, we are taking volatile acid. So, nitric acid preparation, that's why the salt which is obtained from the nitric acid, that is taken, that is sodium nitrate. And for preparation of HCl, then the salt which is obtained from the HCl, that is taken, that is sodium chloride. Then for nitric acid, we are taking sodium nitrate, and for hydrochloric acid, we are taking sodium chloride. And less volatile acid is sulfuric acid. Then this more volatile acid salt combining with heated with less volatile acid, then we will get sodium sulfate. The place which is here NO3, that occupied with SO4, and this is called displacement method. So here the places are replacing each other. Sulfate comes to the nitrate and nitrates go to the sulfate place. Then here Na2SO4 and HNO3 will be existing. Then again the sodium chloride with sulfuric acid. We will get sodium sulfate and hydrogen chloride, that is hydrochloric acid. Now the fourth method, by oxidation of nonmetal. What is oxidation? Oxidation means, remember, the removing of oxygen or adding of hydrogen is called oxidation. Removing of oxygen or adding of hydrogen is called oxidation. Here in this method, a nonmetal is oxidized by concentrated nitric acid. A nonmetal oxidized with a concentrated nitric acid to form an acid. Now here for this we are taking sulfur and oxidizing with HNO3. Then we will get sulfuric acid and water and nitrogen dioxide gas. Like that here another nonmetal we are taking phosphorus. With the phosphorus HNO3 we are oxidizing that. Then we will get H3PO4 and H2O and nitrogen dioxide. This is the fourth method of the preparation of acids. Now let us discuss the properties of acids. The first we will discuss physical properties. What about the taste of acids? Acids have a sharp sour taste. Effect on indicators. So for testing or verifying that whether acid or base, we will use indicators. The indicators are first litmus paper and then methyl orange and then phenolphthalein. Normally to test whether acid or base, we will use these indicators. First, litmus paper. If it is acid, the blue litmus turns into red. Blue litmus turns into red. If it is acid solution or acidic solution, blue litmus converts or turns into red. Then if methyl orange is the color which is orange, then when you put in the acid, this if you add an acid or a drop of sample acid, then the solution converts into pink color. Then here alkaline phenolphthalein. Actually phenolphthalein is a pink colored solution. In this pink colored solution, if you add alkali means base. If you add alkali, it becomes colorless. Acids turn alkaline pink solution in aqueous solution colorless. So alkaline, when you added alkaline in the phenolphthalein actually colorless. When you added pink alkaline, then it converts into pink. Again when you add acid, then pink color converts into colorless. Once again I will explain. Phenolphthalein actually colorless. Generally it is colorless. When you add with base, then it converts pink color. Then again when you add acid for this alkaline phenolphthalein, that is pink colored phenolphthalein, then by adding acid it comes back as the colorless. This is the physical property of the acids. Now, effect on skin. Strong mineral acids have a corrosive action on the skin and cause painful burns. Example, concentrated sulfuric acid stains the skin black and concentrated nitric acid stains the skin yellow and concentrated hydrochloric acid stains the skin amber color. So like this the effect of the acid on our skin. All aqueous solutions of acids are good conductors of electricity. They are good conductors in the electricity. Now we will discuss chemical properties of acids. So the first chemical property, action with metallic oxides. Metallic oxides. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Remember, metallic oxides are basic in nature. Just before I told, non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, but metallic oxides basic in nature. When the metallic oxide is combined with acid, we will get salt and water. So this is like a neutralization reaction. In neutralization reaction, how we will get acid and base combined? acid and base combine will get salt and water. Like that here, these metallic oxides are so as acidic basic nature. Then the acid is combined with that will get salt and water. Again, action with metallic hydroxides. Metallic hydroxides are basic in nature. Again, metallic hydroxide when they combine with acid again will get salt and water. Remember the general formula, salt and acid and base when they combine will get salt and water. For these two reactions you can remember this reaction. Metallic oxides also basic nature. When base and acid combine then we'll get salt and water. Again, metallic hydroxides also basic nature. Then when they combine with acid we'll get salt and water. Now again, action with metallic carbonates or hydrogen carbonates. When the metallic carbonates and hydrogen carbonates combine with acid, we'll get salt, water. Along with the salt and water, additionally we will get carbon dioxide. Either it is carbonate or hydrogen carbonate, we will get additionally carbon dioxide gas. Again, the fourth reaction, action with metallic sulfides and sulfides. Metallic sulfides and hydrogen sulfides. We'll see here, when metallic sulfides and hydrogen sulfide again will get salt, water, additionally sulfur dioxide gas. Sulfur dioxide gas. Again, action with metallic sulfides. Metallic sulfide, when it is combined with metallic sulfide or hydrogen sulfide, will get H2S gas, that is hydrogen sulfide will get. That is a salt and hydrogen sulfide. Here water does not exist. When metallic sulfide K2S and acid will get salt and hydrogen sulfide gas. This hydrogen sulfide gas is Roten smell. Remember how to find out this. It is comes Roten smell. So by this smell we can find out whether it is hydrogen sulfide gas or hydrogen gas. Now action with active metals. So acids always combine with metal and will give salt and hydrogen gas. Salt and hydrogen gas. With acid combine with metal will get salt and hydrogen gas. Here you can remember, with acid combine with metallic sulfides, hydrogen sulfide gas, only with metal will get hydrogen gas. What are the uses of common acids? In our daily life, how the acids are using? Acetic acids will be used in cooking. Citric acid will get in the foods and soft drinks. Tartaric acids are baking powder, and oxalic acid is used in ink stain remover, and carbonic acid is again used in soft drink. Again, soft drinks, fruits will be used. That's why in fruits citric acid will be there. That's why soft drinks contains citric acid and also carbonic acid. Then boric acid, washing eyes. Thank you children. Have a nice day.